Before we start the video, let me start off by saying that during the filming of this video, I haven't received the One UI 5 update on my S22 Ultra yet. So some things that I'll talk about in this video might already have been solved in the One UI 5 update. Also, if you follow me on Twitter, link in the description, you'll know that I'm a Samsung boy through and out. This video is just to let Samsung better understand what a good user experience is. It's great having the best of the best hardware out there, but if your software can't match that greatness, then all you're doing is bottlenecking your hardware. If you're a regular viewer of Techful Tech, then you know what my first point is going to be. Animations. Yes, I'll keep talking about animations on smartphones in 2022 because animations are so important. You literally interact with them as soon as you pick up your phone. Every swipe, every touch and every gesture gives you an animation. And if that animation is a below average stuttery mess, then I will call it out. I paid £1,100 for my S22 Ultra and only £850 for my Pixel 7 Pro, but for some reason the Pixel still has a lot smoother animations than that on my S22 Ultra. You can't use the argument of having an inferior chip to justify this because the S22 Ultra comes with either the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 or the Exynos 2200, which is much more powerful than the Tensor G2 chip that comes in the Pixel 7 Pro. But somehow Google still managed to get a much smoother software experience using the inferior chip. Interestingly, this might have something to do with Google owning both Android and the design of the Tensor G2 chip. It's sort of similar to that of Apple, where Apple owns iOS and they designed their own in-house A series chip. If you're an engineer or you know the most basic stuffs of engineering, you know that the communication between hardware and software is really important, so it makes it really easy for companies like Google and Apple to integrate both software and hardware together if they design both. But still, that shouldn't give Samsung an excuse because they're a multi-billion-dollar tech giant and I'm pretty sure they've got more than enough resources to dedicate to the development of One UI. Like, the crazy thing is, it's not even demanding apps that stutter in animations, it's the most basic of stuffs like scrolling down to the control panel or exiting an app, like just the basic stuffs that a phone should do well. Samsung can barely do that and it struggles. If you're this far into the video, it means that you're enjoying it, so to show your appreciation, all you could do is hit that subscribe button down below. When Android 13 was still being developed, I was praying and hoping that Samsung would adopt the same control panel layout as that on the Pixel 7 Pro, but from the beta stages of One UI 5, I can already tell that Samsung is not planning on doing that, but instead they decided to stick to the same layout as that on One UI 1. We tech reviewers keep going on about how Apple is basically boring when it comes to redesigning the home screen, the control panel on iOS, but if you think about it, One UI is technically the same. All I'm saying is that Samsung should at least change the control panel on One UI 6 to something, you know, a bit more interesting and bubbly. After using the Pixel 7 Pro for just about 2 weeks now, I've also noticed that Google managed to give the user a smoother experience in social media app. This shouldn't come as a surprise because, like Apple, Google only makes a handful of phones a year and they both share the same Tensor chip. As said, this is something similar to what Apple is doing. They release a handful of phones and those phones that they release all share basically the same chip. Google did the same by releasing the Pixel 7 and Pixel 7 Pro and they both share the Tensor G2 chip. Developers really love this, by the way. Like, they just have to optimize the app for those two phones and that chip, which makes it so much easier than trying to optimize an app for 10 different Samsung phones with 5 different chips that they release each year. Like, it's just so much fragmentation. I'm really hoping that Samsung fixes most, if not all, of these issues on One UI 5. This would make the S22 Ultra so hard to beat because it already has so much going for it. Watch this video here or here to see my comparison between the S22 Ultra and Pixel 7 Pro. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Follow me on Twitter, link in the description. And I'll catch you in the next one.